gentlemen, just go ask a fish in the desert. Why do old people talk?
To prove they're still alive.
Good morning, gentlemen. Would you get a look at these glum mugs? Could these really be the same boys who made front page of the
Front
New York
page
Sun?
of what? Let me see. Look at that. That's me.
Front page and you ain't even dead.
Where's me? Where's me?
Wait till my old man gets a load of this. I won't be last in line for the tub tonight.
You got us in the paper.
You got yourselves in the paper.
Newsies stop the oil. Now there's a headline even Alma could sell.
What else we got?
Mine's the only story that ran. Pulitzer's declared a blackout on strike news, so even I'm shut down. I heard they arrested Crutchy. Did they get Jack too?
The Delanceys are spreading a story that he took it on the land for a sign of the cops. Hey, Jack, don't run from no fight. Take it down, shortstop. Just reporting the news. Kenny, you stole the curiosity long enough to drink in the moment. I'm famous.
Yeah, what of it?
You stupid or what? You're famous. The world is your Esther.
You what?
Your Esther. Your Esther. The fancy clown with the pearl inside.
That knowledge should be in famous pay.
You don't need money when you're famous. They give you whatever you want. Rest, a pair of new shoes, maybe matching
How are you? I'm okay. Guess I wasn't much help yesterday. Snyder shows me real good with my crutch. Oh yeah, Jack, this is Crutchy, by the way. These here guards, they's rude. They say jump where you jump, please rude. And the food ain't been badly so far. So far they brought us no food. I miss the rooftop. So you've been right out in the open in your penthouse in the sky. There's a breeze blowing even in July. Anyway, so guess what? There's a secret escape plan I got. Tie a sheet to the bed, toss the end out the window, climb down, and take off like a shot. Maybe though, not tonight. I ain't slept, and my legs still ain't right. But man, bullets are he's going down. And then Jack, I was thinking we might just go, like you were saying, where it's green and green with no buildings in our way. And we're riding Calinos every day. Once that train makes damn this place. I'll be fine. Good as new. But there's one thing that I need you to do. On the rooftop is said that a family looks out for each other. So you tell all the fellas from me to protect one another. The end. Your friend. Your best friend. Your brother. Karachi.
Here's everything I owe you for the first drop, plus this one and a little something extra on account. I am gonna miss you so.
Miss Meta,
Jack,
you're a gem.
just tell me you're going somewhere and not running away.
Does it matter?
When you go somewhere and it turns out to not be the right place, you can always go somewhere else. But if you're running away, nowhere is ever the right place.
How about letting a pal know you're alive?
I'll leave you with your friend.
Where were you? We couldn't find you.
I ever think I didn't want to be found?
Is that a real place, that Santa Fe? Hey, did you see the news today? We're front page, above the fold. Yes, above the fold.
Good for you.
Everyone wants to meet the famous Jack Kelly. Even Spot Conlon sent a kid to say, next event, you can count on Brooklyn. How about that?
We got stomped into the ground.
Okay, they got us this time, I'll give you that, but we took round one. And with press like this, our fight is far from over.
Every newsie who could walk showed up to sell papes this morning like the strike never happened.
And I was there with them. If I don't sell papes, my folks don't eat.
Save your breath, I get it, it's hopeless.
But then I saw this look on Weasel's face, and I knew he was nervous. And I realized we got him worried. Very worried. And I walked away. And lots of other kids did too. And that is what you call a beginning.
There he is, just like I said.
Oh, for crying out loud, was a fella gotta go to get away from you people.
Can't escape us, pal. We're inevitable.
So what's the story? Can we have a theater?
Pipe down and ask you.
What's the holdup? I need to let my girl know we got a date.
You girl?
You heard me. I've been swatting skirts away all morning. Baby's one intoxicating potion. This girl is Sally. She's a plum.
Hey, word is you wrote a great story.
You look like hell.
What's that supposed to be?
It's Santa Fe.
I gotta tell you, Jack, this whole go west young man routine is getting old. Even Horace Greeley moved back to New York.
Yes, he did. And then he died.
Ain't reporters supposed to be nonpartisan?
Ask a reporter. Pulitzer's had me blacklisted from every news desk in town.
Can we table to palaver and get back to business? Will Meta let us have the theater?
It's what I've been trying to ask you. We want to hold a rally, a citywide meeting where every newsie gets a say and a vote. And we do it after working hours so no one loses a day's pay. Smart?
They're smart enough to get you committed to a padded room.
Oh, the guy who paints places he's never seen is calling us crazy.
You want to see a place I've seen? Newsy Square, thanks to my big mouth, filled to overflowing with failure. Kids hurt, others arrested.
Okay, lighten up. No one died.
Is that what you're aiming for? Go on. Call me a quitter, call me a coward. There is no way I am putting them kids back in danger.
We're doing something that has never been done before. How could that not be dangerous?
Specs brought me a note from Crutchy at the refuge. I tried to see him. Got in the fire escape, but they busted him up so bad he couldn't even come to the window. What if you don't make it? You willing to shoulder that for 1/10 of a penny a page?
It's not about pennies! You said it yourself. My family wouldn't be in the mess we're in if my father had a union. This is a fight we have to win.
If I wanted a sermon, I'd show up for church.
Tell me how quitting does Crutchy any good. Exactly. So, here's how it goes once we win, and we will be winning. Make no mistake,
We'll be what?
we're already winning.
Right.
And I'll tell her straight out, they let Crutchy go, and they keep getting pounded.
Dave, what the hell? Did they bust up your brains or something? As I recall, Dave, we all got our asses kicked. They
Won
won.
the battle.
Oh, come on!
Jack, think about it, we got them surrounded.
Here's what I think. Joe's a joint, he's a rattlesnake.
You're right, and you know why a snake starts to rattle.
Oh, why?
Cause he's scared.
Sure.
Go and look it up, the poor guy's head is spinning. Why would he send for the goons? An entire army, dozens of goons, plus the cops.
You know, you may be right.
Thank you, God.
If he wasn't afraid,
Exactly, he knows we're winning.
Get those kids to see we're circling victory and watch what happens. We're doing something no one's even trying. Yes, we're terrified, but watch what happens.
you can't undo the past, so
Just move on
And
and
stay
stay
on track, 'cause Humpty Dumpty is about to crash. We've got faith,
We got the plan.
we've got Jack, so just watch what happens. We're back.
And now I've got a date. But Mr. Pulitzer, I've read your editorials. How can you have so much sympathy for the trolley workers and yet have none for the Newsies?
Because the trolley workers are striking for fair contract. The Newsies are striking against me.
I'd spare you this embarrassment if I could, but the burlesque house is private property.
He can't order a raid without legal cause.
Mr. Mayor, would the fact that this raid is organized by an escaped convict be enough to shut it down?
An escaped convict?
A fugitive of one of your own institutions, a convicted thief at large wreaking mischief on our law-abiding community. Mr. Snyder, which one is he?
That one? There?
I believe so.
Mr. Jack Kelly, you said? But how would he know this man?
He was a jailer, a fugitive, locking him up multiple times for stealing. Unfortunately, the willful ruffian escaped.
What was he stealing?
He called him a thief thief and an escaped convict?
Food.
Clothing,
Work.
most likely? Well, if that's the case, we can take him in quietly into our own...
What good does quiet do me? I want a public example made of him.
Mr. Pulitzer, you're not going to believe Mr. Boy Jack Kelly is here.
Here,
Just outside, he has to see you.
ask and ye shall be received. Sit.
Mr. Jack Kelly,
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
And which Jack Kelly is this? The charismatic union organizer, or the escaped convict and petty thief?
Which one gives us more in common? Huh?
Impudence is in bad taste when crawling for mercy.
Crawling? That's a laugh. I just was stopping by with an invite. Seems a few hundred of your employees are rallying to discuss recent disagreements. Now, I thought it only fair to invite you to state your case directly to the fellas. So what do you say, Joe? Why I should save you a spot in the bill?
You are as shameless and disrespectful to creatures, I was told. You know what I was doing when I was your age? I was fighting in a war.
Yeah, how'd that turn out for you?
It taught me a valuable lesson that shaped my life. You don't win a war on the battlefields. It's the headline that crowns the victor.
You know, I'll keep that in mind when New York wakes up to front page photos of our rally.
Rally till the cows come home. Not a paper in town will publish a word. And if it's not in the papers, it never happened.
You know, you may own this city, but there are some of us that can't be bullied. Even some reporters.
Like that young woman who made you yesterday's news. Talented girl. And beautiful too, don't you think?
Yeah, I'll tell her you said so.
No need. She can hear for herself. Can't you, darling? I trust you know my daughter, Catherine? Yes, my daughter. Now I'm sure you're asking, why the nom de plume, and why doesn't my daughter work for me? Good questions. You see, I offered Catherine a life of wealth and leisure. Instead, she chose to pursue a career of her own. And she was showing real promise until this recent lapse. But you're all done with that now, aren't you, sweetheart?
Jack.
Don't trouble the boy with your problems, dearest. Mr. Kelly has a plate full of his own. Wouldn't you say so, Morris? Ooh. Anyone else feeling news tightening? Allow me to offer an alternate scenario. You attend this rally and speak against this hopeless strike, and I'll see your criminal record expunged and your pockets filled with enough cash to take you in a first-class train compartment from New York to New Mexico and beyond. You did say you wanted to travel west, didn't you?
You know, there ain't a person in this room that don't know you stink.
And if they know me, they know I don't care. Mark my words, boy. Defy me and I'll have you and every one of your friends locked up in the refuge. I know you're Mr. Tough Guy, but it's not right to condemn that poor crippled boy to conditions like that. What about your pal Davy? And his baby brother ripped from their loving family and tossed to the rats? How could they ever thank you enough? Time's running out, kid. So what will you say? Cowboy or convict? I win either way. Your abject surrender was always the bottom line. Gentlemen, escort I guess to the cellars that he might reflect in solitude. Too bad you've no job, Jack, but you did resign. Too bad you have family, but you can't have mine. I'm glad you're alive, boy, I say that's the bottom line. Pipe, heard it. Until those kids all believed you were right.
Luck for them all, but one got away.
They may not be so lucky to die.
We've been given instruction that we can handle you any way we see fit. So behave.
But just in case, I've been polishing my favorite brass knuckles.
You can sleep right here on this old print press. Now that there is fun.
Crazy
say to you now?
Coglin. Hey, Davey, where's Jack?
Sorry, I missed
Newsies of New York. Look at what we've done. We've got a kid from every Papin neighborhood here today. Tonight, you're making history! Tonight, we show them that we are just as much a part of the newspaper as any editor or reporter. Tonight, we show them that we will not be treated like children, but we will be treated as equals.
Don't start acting like one. Don't just run your mouth. Make some sense.
It is Jack!
Pulitzer raised the price of papes without so much as a word to us. Now that was a lousy thing to do. So don't get mad. And no, we ain't gonna be pushed around. So we go on strike. And then what happens? Pulitzer lowers the price of papes, so we go back to work. Then after a few weeks, he raises the price back up again, and don't think he won't. What do we do then? Huh? And what do we do when he decides to raise the price again after that? Fellas, we gotta be realistic. We don't work, we don't get paid. How many days can you go without making money? However long. Pulitzer can go longer. But I have spoken to Mr. Pulitzer, and he has given me his word. If we disband the union, he will only say take the deal. Go back to work while our price is secure. All you have to do is vote no on the strike. Did he say you could go to my stuff?
I saw them sticking up out of there. I didn't know what they were. These drawings. These are of the refuge, aren't they? Is this really what it's like in there? 3 boys to a bed, rats everywhere, and vermin?
Yeah, a little different from where you were raised.
My father said that you were arrested for stealing food and clothing. This is why, isn't it? You stole to feed those boys. I don't understand, Jack. If you were so willing to go to jail for them, how could you turn your back on them
No,
now?
I don't think you're anyone to talk about turning on folks.
I never turned on you or anyone else.
No, you just double-crossed us to your father. Your father!
My father has spies on every corner of the city. He doesn't need me spying for him. Then I never lied to you. I just didn't tell you everything.
If you weren't a girl, you'd be trying to talk with a fist in your mouth.
I said that I worked for the Sun, and I did. I said my professional name is Plumber, and it is. You never asked my real one.
Well, I wouldn't think I had to unless I knew I was dealing with a backstabber.
And if I were a boy, you'd be dealing with one swollen eye.
You don't let that stop you. Give me your best shot.
I need to know that you didn't cave for the money.
I spoke the truth. You were in a fight when you got the other fella down even pavement, and you heard your father. No matter how many days we strike, he ain't giving up. I don't know what else we can do.
Ah, but I do.
Oh, come on.
Oh, really, Jack? Really? Only you can have a good idea? Or is it because I'm a girl?
Oh, I didn't say
Now
nothing.
would be a great time to shut up. Just because you're the boss doesn't mean you have all the right ideas. Just the brains to recognize the right one when you hear it.
I'm listening.
Good for you. The strike was your idea, the rally was Davy's, and now my plan will take us to the finish line. Deal with it.
The Children's Crusade?
For the sake of all the kids in every sweatshop, factory, and slaughterhouse in this city, I beg you, join us. With those words, the strike stops just being about the Newsies. You challenge our whole generation to demand a place at the table.
children's crusade.
Think, Jack, if we published this, my words, with one of your drawings, and if every worker under 21 read it and stayed home, or, better yet, came to Newsies Square, it'd be a general citywide strike. That's something even my father can't ignore.
Yeah, well, we only got one small problem. We have no way to print it.
Well, there has to be one printing press my father doesn't control.
Oh, no.
What?
I know as a printing press, no one would ever think we'd use.
Then what are we doing standing here? Come on!
Hey, wait! What's this about for you? And I don't mean the children's crusade. What's this about? I mean, am I kidding myself? Or is there something here?
Of course there is.
Well, don't say it like it happens every day.
Jack,
No, I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot. I know girls like you don't end up with guys like me, and I don't want you promising nothing you gotta take back later. But standing here tonight, looking at you, I'm scared tomorrow's gonna come and change everything. If only there was a way I could grab a hold of something just to make time to stop. Just so as I could keep looking at you.
You snuck up on me, Jack Kelly. I never even saw it coming.
For sure?
For sure. Till the moment I found you, I thought I knew what love was. Now I'm learning what is true, that love will do what it does. The world finds ways to sting you, but then one day decides to bring you something to believe in, for even a night. One night, maybe forever, but that's alright. That's alright. And if you're gone tomorrow, what was ours still will be. I have something to believe in, now that I know you believed in me.
We was never meant to meet, and then we met. Who knows why? One more stranger on the street, just someone sweet passing by. An angel come to save me, who didn't even know. She gave me something to believe in, for even a day. One day, maybe forever. That's okay, that's okay. And if I'm gone tomorrow, what was ours still will be. I have something to believe in, now that I know you believe in me.
You know what I believe in. Look into my eyes and
If things were different,
If you weren't going to Santa Fe,
well, and if you weren't an heiress, and if your father wasn't after my head,
you're not really scared of my father.
no, but I am pretty scared of you.
Good.
And if I'm gone tomorrow,
What was ours still will be. I have something to believe in, now that I know you believed in me.
I have something to believe in.
Now that I know you
under picking daddy's parking? Huh?
The janitor's been working here since he was 8 years old and hasn't had a pay raise in 20 years. He's with us 100%.
Hey, Dave, are you bringing up fellas to keep us covered?
We could have a hoedown and no one would know the wiser. Hey, Jack.
Yeah.
It's good to have you back.
Shut up.
Here she is, boys. Just think. While my father sleeps blissfully in his bed, we'll be using his very own printing press to bring him down.
Yeah, remind me to stay on your good side.
Is this what they print the papes on?
I can see why they tossed this all go down to the cellar, but I think she'll do the job.
Jack, this is Darcy. He knows just about everything there is to know about printing.
You work for one of the papes?
My father owns the trip.
And this is Bill. He'll be typesetting the article for us.
Oh, Bill, so I suppose you're the son of William Randolph Hearst?
And proud to be a part of your revolution.
Ain't that something?
In the words of the little one, let's table the palaver and get back to business.
So here's how it'll work. Once we print the papes race, you spread it to the fellows outside and they'll spread it all over the city to each newsie. After that,
It's up to them. There's change come once and for all. You makes the front page and man you is major news. Tomorrow they'll see what we are, and sure as a star, we ain't come this far. Hey, you better get going. You got a very important man to see.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Hey, for us too.
Guys who are sick of the life and play the right to roll.
The entire city is shut down. No one is working anywhere, and everyone is blaming you.
They're all calling the bands, the publishers, the manufacturers, and such language.
Hey, you can't just barge in here.
Good morning, gentlemen.
You were behind this? We had a deal.
Yeah, and it came with a money-back guarantee. Oh, and thanks for your lessons in the power of the press.
Hey, boss, did you read this? It's put out a pretty good paper. Very good.
No doubt written by my daughter.
I'd snatch her up before somebody else grabs her up.
I demand to know who defied my ban on printing strike material.
Well, we're your loyal employees. We'd never take our business elsewhere.
The old printing press in the cellar.
Oh.
I'm into the offer of a lifetime. Anyone who doesn't act in their own self-interest is a fool.
Then what's that make you? Your entire goal was to sell more newspapers, and now your circulation is down 70%. Why didn't you just come talk to us?
Guys like Joe don't talk to nothings like us. But a very wise reporter once told me that a real boss don't need all the answers, just the smarts to recognize the right one when he hears it.
Have a look out there, Mr. Pulitzer. In case you ain't figured it out, we've got you surrounded.
New York is closed for business. You can't get a paper or a shoe shine. You can't send a message, ride an elevator, or cross the Brooklyn Bridge. Heck, you can't even leave your own building. So what's the next move?
Mr. Pulitzer, the mayor's here, along with your daughter and Owen. You're not who else.
Good morning, Mr. Pulitzer. I believe you know the governor.
Joseph, what have you done now?
I promise when I explained that it all makes sense.
Thanks to Miss Betterlarkin bringing your daughter to my office, I already have a thorough grasp of the situation. Graphic illustrations included. Bully is the expression I usually employ to show approval, but in your case, I simply mean bully. And is this the boy of whom you speak? How are you doing, son? I'm told you on shag heaven.
What's your sign, Governor?
Well, Joe, don't just stand there, letting those children sing endlessly. Give them the good news.
What good news?
That you've come to your senses and rolled back the prices. Unless, of course, you want to invite a full state Senate investigation on your employment practices.
You wouldn't.
After the pressure you wielded to keep me from office, I do with a smile. Come along, Joe. There's only one thing worse than a hard heart, and that's a soft head. Just think of all the happiness you'll bring to those children. He doesn't do happiness, does he?
May I speak with Mr. Kelly? Alone.
Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. You can do this.
I'm sorry, I can't. There are other considerations.
Oh, I get it. You need to save face in front of the folks. I'm young. I ain't stupid.
Thank you for understanding.
But I got constituents with a legitimate gripe.
I can reduce the raise by half and get the others to do the same. It's a compromise we can all live with.
Yeah, but you eat our losses. From now on, any papers we can't sell, you buy back full price.
That was never on the table. What's to stop Newsies from taking hundreds of papers they can't sell? My costs would explode.
No Newsies gonna break his back hauling around papers he can't sell. But if you could take a few extra without any extra risk, yeah, you might sell them and then your circulation would begin to grow. It's a compromise we can all live with.
That's not a bad head you've got on your shoulders.
We got a deal?
That's disgusting.
It's just the price of doing business.
miss me. Hey, and look what I got you. A gift straight from the refuge. Bring 'em in, fellas.
Have made eloquent argument for shutting down the refuge. Be assured that Mr. Snyder's abuses will be fully investigated. Officer, take him away.
Wait, please, Your Highness. May I do the honors? And you'll be laughing all the way to the pen, little man. Ah! Sorry, sucker.
I can't help but think, if one of your drawings convinced the governor to shut down the refuge, what might a daily political cartoon do to expose our government back rooms? What do you say, Teddy? Can have this young man's artistry shine a light on your own back doors?
He has the freedom of speech.
Don't sweat it, Gov. You know, with the strike settled and all, I should probably be hitting the road.
Yeah, don't you ever get tired of singing the same old tune? What's Santa Fe got that New York don't? Sandstorms?
Better yet, what's New York got that Santa Fe ain't?
Well, New York's got us. We're family.
Now, didn't I hear something about a strike?